What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Thor. You'll never guess it because you've never seen this happen before. His name is Matreiuss. Matreiuss playing Thor. He's not on the Poseidon in this game. Oftentimes we do see Poseidon players, oftentimes we do see Matreiuss not go with Poseidon when he wants to flex. Let's just say that much. But let's be real, the player he is playing against today is no pushover. He's from the same clan. He's in the red color. He's playing as Ra. Can I hype this up even more? I don't think I can. His name is Shadowfax. We've got the Italian Stallion versus the Great Brit Shadowfax here. What a time to be alive. Ra versus Thor on Blue Lagoon. Anything can happen here. Ra, very, very strong god here in the current meta. However, on a map like Blue Lagoon, there are two types of early spawns for Ra. One is really, really crappy, and the other one is godly good. So that they are basically the two giraffes versus the three giraffes. So I put 3 here and 2 here. 2 giraffes means I have to move my villages in the early game, which means that I can no longer do a 4-minute advance time. I can no longer do any sort of early monument 4:30 advance time, and it's just a bit of a nightmare in the early stages of the game. So we'll see what's going to happen. We do have the Pharaoh scouting around. He has scouted out this location, and we'll see what Shadowfax is going to do as this game progresses. We've got the house wall already going down with an early monument to the villages, so this might indicate to me we might be seeing some Bast shenanigans here. So his opponent today, Matreiuss, did save the gold mine. Saving the gold mine is so important in this matchup because what it does is it allows you to utilize your dwarven gold mine to delay your need to move your dwarves out of your base to a vulnerable raiding location. So for example, gold mine normally finishes around 10 to 11 minutes for, or I guess 9:30 to 11 minutes for Thor. If that's the case, then that's roughly when the rock will be hitting. You move out onto the second gold mine, you get locusted, you get a Patsukos, a Wadget dropping on them, and you lose a ton of dwarves and you'd be real sad. But in this scenario here, we have our dwarven gold mine. We just place it down here and we don't have to move out at that time. We have an extra couple of minutes of gold gathering to set up a hill fort on our second gold mine to deal with all of those issues. So it's really, really good. Now, moving on, I'm interested to see what Matreiuss' decision is going to be here with a classical age god. I am of the belief that Forseti with Thor in the vast majority of matchups is actually better than Freya. Now, you're going to have to hear me out about this one because I know it's pretty bold because everyone goes Freya. But firstly, Forest Fire nets you very, very little most of the time. Secondly, the Valkyrie doesn't have a lot of value against the Egyptian players and doesn't have a lot of value against the Zeus players and obviously against other civilizations. They can deal with it pretty easily as well, like especially the Atlantean players can deal with it. So it's just like both of those things coming up there means, like, why would I go with Freya? I don't know. I want to go with Forseti, but Matreiuss is going with the Freya. And this does open Matreiuss up to having a very, very difficult time against a potential Bast, which is exactly what we're seeing here from Shadowfax. Now, he's going for the 5-minute advance time. There is a 4:30 build with Ra to go for 2 monuments Bast. However, it is very tough to pull off without perfect food. And I believe this is why we're seeing such a late advance time here from Shadowfax. Whoa, it's Shulky. Thank you for the 300 bits, my friend. I hope you're enjoying the content. Everyone out there having a good time, I hope. And we will be seeing, well, this villager is going to be a little bit confused about where he wants to walk to, but he'll work it out. But we will be seeing Shadowfax's Bast against Matreiuss' Freya, as we do see the longhouse is getting thrown down, and he's going to be kicking himself as soon as he sees that Bast as to why didn't I go through for City, because the very simple counter to Bast is to get Hall of Thane's Hearser, and then you can kill off those Sphinx very, very easily. And the Hearser are actually really, really useful for Thor. Well, they're also very useful for Loki, but unlike Loki, the Thor upgrades are quite cheap in the armory, and they can help out quite a bit. We do see the Eye of Horus being grabbed by Matreiuss, a very, very strong relic indeed, as the raiding cavalry are going to start off here. And Shadowfax now, he's got 2 villagers on wood right now. He's got himself actually throwing up a 3rd monument, the monument to the priests here, as he is going hard on those monuments. That's a lot of resources there. Normally with Bast against Thor here, we will see kind of chill with just 2 monuments, but at this point we're seeing 3 monuments, and there's the Valkyrie coming in. He's actually spotting these villagers. The villagers are simply going to retreat back, missing out on about 133 food there, but the Sphinx is return firing over here, going after the villager here of Matreiuss that is retreating away, and this will be falling as Axeman starting to come in. Pharaoh coming in as well, and that's going to be enough to scare Matreiuss off, and he's going to be hurting quite a bit now after this initial push. The Valkyrie getting pushed back by a Sphinx here as well, as we do see a stray forest fire coming in here. Going to get a little bit of damage done, but the Pharaohs here can immediately heal this Sphinx back up, which is not what he's doing. He's going after the Axeman first there, but we'll be doing that one fairly soon, as we are seeing the raiding cavalry have spotted an Axeman here. Might want to try and kill that one off, as the Sphinx is going to be moving forward, trying to chase this away, as now we've got the Sphinx of Shadowfax, the second Sphinx of Shadowfax, deciding to turn around, getting a little bit of chip damage over onto the raiding cavalry of Matreiuss before going to be trying to retreat away. A couple more special attacks here from the Sphinx, just going to walk away. The Hearser not able to get onto the Sphinx just yet. And now, what is Matreiuss doing? He's pulled his villagers back home. He's currently on berries. He's on the pigs here. He is no longer building longhouses, and he's making the decision to go to the heroic age, pulling villagers off of wood. Does he have husbandry? He doesn't have husbandry. It's coming through though. Perfect. This is smart. Get to the heroic age. Your opponent is going classical fight with Sphinx. Got to get to that heroic age. Got to have access to the Frost Giants, access to the Jarl. Super important against this, because what Shadowfax can do to follow this up is he can throw down farms, rain, get a huge food boost, and be able to get to the mythic age very, very simply here. He's actually currently eating all of his hunt on the map as well, and he's going to be in a very, very good position here, as we are seeing the Cryo Sphinx going to be looking around. They're going to see the villagers on the herdables here, and I'm sure Shadowfax is going to realize what's going on and stop building those military units. No, he's going to keep building some spearmen. A little bit confused about that one, considering I don't know what they're going to be exactly be for, apart from ticking off Jarl a little bit later, but I guess we will be seeing. And the Sphinx are going to be just wandering away now, as Matreiuss will be able to click up to the heroic age very, very shortly. He has to dump these villagers in. There he goes. A little bit more coming back over onto the wood. Definitely needs to get that hill fort up as soon as he can. Scardy is on the way, and he can simply just get himself watchtowers here. Wouldn't be a bad idea, and then a hill fort up on a secondary gold mine would be great. But 1 town center apiece. Matreiuss probably has more economy currently than Shadowfax, but Shadowfax is getting himself a 2nd town center. The reason I say he's got more economy is the scores are really close. Shadowfax's town center versus the heroic age would be doing the score dip, and they're still very close, which means that it's just the favor portion that Shadowfax is getting quite a bit more of that is making his score look so inflated here. So I would wager a guess that Matreiuss is probably just a little bit in front on the resources at this point. So we'll see if that's going to be a help or a hindrance here. As now we see the gate getting targeted down here. Shadowfax moving up onto his hunt over on this location, or sorry, Matreiuss, I should say, moving up onto his hunt over on this location. I wouldn't mind seeing the town center get grabbed here either, if he's going to sit on this hunt and then chuck the hill fort down back here, chuck the gold mine down in his home base. Oh, he's I don't hate it, but I think chucking the gold mine down now is just strictly better. because one, the villagers, the dwarves, they don't have to move. You're going to start gathering straight away. But two, you're not outside of your base getting raided and having a tough life. But the Frost Giant's out now. That's going to be able to take down one Hierarchos Sphinx here. This Valkyrie is going to end up getting taken down as well. And we will be seeing that 15-second recharge time coming through for Matreiuss' Frost, but he's not able to get onto another Sphinx here as Shadowfax is motoring ahead. He's on 2 town centers now, getting that economy going nicely. Walls starting to come up all over the map, making sure he's going to be nice and safe against any sort of pushes that Matreiuss can do. Matreiuss still hasn't got his second town center, but he is building it now as his hill fort is just about to pop up. Has to be really careful. These raiding cavalry are going to get chased down. We see the Frost Giant moving forward, wanting to hit those Sphinx there, but with all the Priest and Pharaoh, it's going to be a little bit tough. We might be seeing a Frost here, but Shadowfax says no. He's going to be casting Eclipse. So many Hierarchos Sphinx here right now. Coming in, we see the Frost Giant able to freeze one of those Sphinx in place. There's the hill fort coming in for Matreiuss, but I feel like Shadowfax potentially can take this down with the help of all of those Sphinxes. These villagers, or dwarves I should say, and the villagers on the wood line for Matreiuss need to get taken out, but we do see that they're also able to take down one of those Sphinx, going after the second Sphinx here. The Frost Giant trying to retreat away, as we are seeing the Sphinx doing so much damage in this fight here, but it's looking like Matreiuss is able to defend for the time being. Some Jarl coming out, but with Eclipse, these Sphinx are so incredibly strong. 21.38 damage on their attacks here. Is really, really tough to deal with. Now the Priest getting taken down as it's looking as if Matreiuss might be defending here. The Frost Giant's just waiting in the back, waiting to take down all those Priests here. And the army of Shadowfax is dwindling just a little bit. We've got 5 seconds left of the Eclipse. We might be seeing an attempt at a Frost here, but it will probably be a little bit of overkill, as it's looking like all of this is kind of finishing. We do see Shadowfax at the end of this one casting an immediate rain here, as he's got a couple of farms down. How much off? He does have plow, obviously. That's as much as he can have. More units here falling for Matreiuss, as he's not quite able to deal with these Hierarchos Sphinx the best. This one will be falling, though, to the hill fort. Could have retreated that away. Would have been nice, as we are now going to see the Hierarchos Sphinx going to be getting out of here as the Frost Giant's walking forward. But Matreiuss has managed to defend this. He's gone after a slinger over here. Has to turn around as he's utilized his special ability here. Going to take a little bit of damage. In fact, 2 of those special abilities, that has 100 or 98 damage there. And now Shadowfax has to retreat back. But the power spike is gone. And Matreiuss, he's got access to Frost still. So Frost is going to be a big turning point here in this game. So we'll see how this is going to go. Chasing the Priests away here. We got a random stray slinger for some reason, as Shadowfax is still not able to advance to the next age. He's still pumping out those spearmen here. And villagers kind of mining gold in the middle of the map, mining gold kind of everywhere on the map here. So these ones a bit out of position, as we do see the Huskal coming in. Nice micro from Shadowfax, or awareness from Shadowfax, to pull those villagers back. The Sphinx is here to push this back, and now Matreiuss is just about to get his town center up. It's going to be in a great position. The next way forward for Matreiuss is potentially Mythic Age, or simply get his 3rd town center and take this game late game. Now, Blue Lagoon late game against Rara is very, very winnable for Thor players. You can see that the market in the corners are very, very open, no close towns, and you can easily make your way through there and control that with building spam, side builds, and everything very, very strong here. Also, side builds up here would be great. Side builds all over the place for the Norse player can be very, very strong here in the late game. We are going to be seeing Shadowfax taking down this big, long wall here with his Sphinx. Going to be looking to get some raids in onto these villagers in the main base. As Shadowfax has to be getting to the heroic age fairly soon. It's 13 minutes in, 2 town centers. He's got a lot of wood in the bank, not spending that on anything just yet, but now he's going to be advancing. And this is giving Matreiuss all the time in the world to recover from that early push that he had to deal with there. And it is looking like Matreiuss is getting a bit aggressive here. He doesn't really have an army that wins this fight, I wouldn't say. The Axemen do a lot of damage, and the Sphinx helps out quite a bit. Matreiuss will be retreating back. His unit's currently retreating as well over here, because the Frost Giant's going to die to this Priest too easily. The Sphinx coming over here onto this location are going to start taking down these villagers, these dwarves. 2 Frost Giants are going to be making their way over here. Will Shadowfax be paying attention to this one? Will Matreiuss be paying attention to this one? He does run this one in there, and we will be seeing the Hierarchos Sphinx going to be running running away. Nice micro there from Matreiuss to retreat that villager to safety. And we will be seeing Shadowfax simply just getting out of here. And maybe this wall will get rebuilt by Matreiuss in the near future. We see the Huskal now swinging around onto this location here. Matreiuss with just a few resources in the bank. Does he have a market? He doesn't have a market, so he's not going to the heroic age just yet. We see the Huskal coming in onto this location. They are so tanky. They can very, very simply sit in underneath this town center fire for so very long without losing their lions because of that 50% pierce armor. But does decide to get through here, run through. He's going to be running straight in onto Shadowfax's back line here, potentially hitting some villages there, but he's deciding to retreat. Siege works getting thrown up here, going to get killed off very, very fast. Not going to block for too long, and Matreiuss does end up getting out of here. But Shadowfax is motoring ahead right now. He's got himself plow, husbandry, and pickaxe. He needs to think about getting... Okay, so you need to get hand axe. I mean, obviously it's got too much wood, so it's not that big of a deal, but you need to think about getting shaft mine and hand axe. So the 3 upgrades that are super, or 4 upgrades that are super important for Egyptian are plow, irrigation, shaft mine, and hand axe. Everything else doesn't matter so much. Yes, you should eventually get them, but they don't need to be rushed if you want to get the most resources possible. So something Shadowfax should be thinking about is getting that hand axe fairly soon, though with less villagers on wood earlier. But anyways, Shadowfax throwing up more farms here, realizing he needs more food economy. Siege works coming up over here as well for Shadowfax, and he hasn't quite worked out how he wants to finish this game off, because there is a world where he is simply just going through Osiris, but there is a world here where Shadowfax just like baits out the Ragnarok, and he says, well, I've got so many resources here, I'm just gonna do this. And we are seeing tier coming through for Matreiuss. Tier is so very, very good. We are seeing the rock coming in here. Matreiuss trying to split his villages just a little bit as the locust is going to come down. The village is going to quickly retreat away, only getting 2 villages there from that locust. Nice play from Matreiuss. We do still have the dwarven mine that can be chucked up as these walls have been replaced over here, and Shadowfax making a move in. Might have to throw up that gate there. He does get the gate, and this is going to get knocked down very, very quickly. Now the village is over on this location. The rock circling around has to bring the villagers back. He's probably going to lose one of those to some Pitsukos here. How many are actually in here? Shadowfax not paying attention. He's only got the 1 in here, which isn't too many, so he might be able to react completely fine to that. But Shadowfax Osiris just about to hit, as Matreiuss also just about to hit with the tier. We'll see who gets the god power off first. So Son of Osiris, or will we see the Fimbulwinter? Fimbulwinter does come in before the Osiris comes down, and this is going to be a big, big hit to Shadowfax's economy with these wolves. Oh, getting very unlucky with this wolf spawn. Should have been on this town center, but that's going to be huge because now Shadowfax, he's only really down 2 town centers of economy for this 35 seconds, and we will be seeing Matreiuss attempt to push forward. There's a mummy coming in here as well, ready to start taking down some of these bulky, heavy Huskal. But while this is happening, the Huskal have found a pharaoh here that's going to be able to delay the Son of Osiris for quite some time, probably a whole minute here of delay on that Son of Osiris. Nice play from Matreiuss to spot that one there in the midst of all of this chaos. So now Matreiuss, he still hasn't quite managed to level the playing field here. He's still making those Huskal, the villagers, idle kind of everywhere. How is his economic upgrades looking? He doesn't have plow, he doesn't have irrigation, and he doesn't have winter harvest here. So very, very poor at this point for Matreiuss, and we see the mummy getting taken out over here as the Frost Giants trying to push through and deal with all of this, but Shadowfax in a very commanding position. In fact, Shadowfax sneaking this town center over here. So we do see a couple of units making their way over here. That's pretty funny. I don't think that Matreiuss is going to have time to even check that, so even though the town center takes forever to go up, I don't think I can tell exactly how much it takes. He might not see it. He's going to be bringing these units back. If we check out Matreiuss's point of view here, where's the Frost Giant going? The Frost Giant will notice the town center going up. Good old Matreiuss does manage to notice this. He wants to get the town center up himself. there is still a path forward for Matreiuss, but he needs to get those economic upgrades sorted, get himself the economy going, and he needs to figure out how he's going to be able to kill off that Son of Osiris. So if he can kill off the Son of Osiris, he can potentially hold for quite some time if he gets the town center back up. But that difficult part is definitely killing the Son of Osiris, especially when there's a rock around. Very pesky rock that is sitting around, and we do have the trade route currently motoring ahead for Shadowfax as he is going to try and take down this. But we do see some Fenris Wolf Brutes starting to come out for Matreiuss. Love to see those. They can be a very, very game-changing if you can get out enough of them and get those raids in there. If you catch out some villagers, catch out some trade route. We've only got 4 at this point. You do need about 6 for them to be effective. It doesn't quite show how fast they move, but I guarantee you they are moving faster than 4.0 speed with 4 Fenris Wolf Brutes here. And now we're seeing Shadowfax trying to push forward, throwing up a Migdol stronghold on the front. The siege tower getting pushed back. Matreiuss does have frost giants in here, so he will be able to take these down very, very easily. It's one of the best uses of the frost giant in this situation is to take down the siege tower. And we do finally see a 19-minute frost getting thrown down on this location here. There's just not that many units out for Matreiuss here. Still trying to get this town center up at 120, 134 of 134 pop very soon. And the Son of Osiris does get thrown down. Will we see this one moving forward? We do see him coming in with the help of the rock floating above. This is not going to be easy for Matreiuss to deal with in the slightest. A nice micro from Matreiuss to pull the Fenris Wolves, but the rock simply just going to pick up the Son of Osiris, drop him back down, pick him up, drop him back down. So much damage incoming, and this is looking incredibly tough now for Matreiuss to deal with because there's so many units here. The frost has not gotten him the value that he wanted to get. No real losses in that frost, and Shadowfax is simply just going to get that hill fort up that he wanted to get up earlier and then start slow pushing this town center. There is no Ragnarok for Matreiuss anymore. He's gone through tier. Any sort of power spike for Matreiuss is currently gone. So the only real way back into this game for Matreiuss is to attack where Shadowfax is weak. And the question is, where is Shadowfax weak? The answer is here, here, and here. Those 3 locations. If we can take down this wall, this Migdol, this tower, push off this gold mine, push off this gold mine, push off this gold mine, you're okay. If you try and fight this, you will lose every single step of the way. So there's not really an easy way forward here for Matreiuss. Still no irrigation, no winter harvest, no favor for that either. He is spending all of that on Fenris Wolf Brutes, trying to make those work. How many does he have here? He's got himself 5. So they're starting to look a little bit scary. He potentially could get something happening here with those Fenris Wolves, but definitely not in an army where there is a Son of Osiris. Now we see the rock is still helping out, picking up those villagers who can keep on getting those watchtowers going, and we see push through very, very shortly here as there's no catapults just yet, but getting the towers up first. Very, very smart. We're seeing Matreiuss get himself that fortified town center, trying to hold off Shadowfax's push for as long as he possibly can. Potentially getting out some ballaster here might be an option to hold for a little bit, but it's very tough. We do see a ton of heavy raiders as the majority of the units here from Shadowfax counter infantry units. The raiders will actually be really, really strong. And heavy raiders is a bit of a power spike for the raiding cavalry, but with watchtowers here, there's no crenellations just yet. It's not actually getting researched, so it's looking like maybe these raiding cavalry can push forward and have a little bit of success here. And we'll see if Matreiuss is deciding to hit that go button here in an attempt to take down these units. But with the Son of Osiris, who do so much damage, we see the Fenris Wolves pushing back. The champion cavalry comes through for Matreiuss as he's starting to push in. Shadowfax getting himself copper shield, stone walls, architects right now. The Fenris Wolves are simply just playing a distraction game here away from the Son of Osiris, and the units do have champion axemen in now for Shadowfax, but no champion chariots, and it's looking like the army here of Matreiuss is doing quite well, but the Son of Osiris is getting so much damage done. We do see Matreiuss now throwing down his dwarven gold mine over here on this location, very precariously positioned. Imagine had he chucked it down in his main base, this game could have been straight away. This game could have been slightly different if you ask me, but the mummy now coming in, going to be taking down some more units here. Son of Osiris getting big damage done from afar. Shadowfax is 160 of 160 pop. Matreiuss is 165 of 166 pop. So it's very close here. Even with the score difference being so high and this Son of Osiris doing so much damage, Matreiuss' economy is really, really big. We are seeing Shadowfax attempt to move forward and grab this gold mine, though, as he's going to start trying to push in onto Matreiuss' town center. Does he know about it? He doesn't know about it. Doesn't have signal fires in. And we see the Migdol hopping here being very, very useful, as the legendary Jarl actually pretty decent to push in and try and take down the Son of Osiris. Takes a lot of damage here with the 261 HP that he has. The catapult getting big damage done, taking down some more buildings over here, as Matreiuss is still trying to push through, but he has now hit somewhat of a wall here in the spammage, as he does not have the gold or the production to keep up with this spam. How many military buildings does he have? He's only really got himself 7 military buildings here, or 8 military buildings if you consider the temple a military building, which for Norse just is not enough, even though he does kind of not have the resources to spam this either. And we have seen Shadowfax holding now with the help of that Son of Osiris, still very much alive. We do see Matreiuss focus firing the Son of Osiris here. He's also making Ulsak out of the town center, a smart play to get a little bit more army popping out here. Son of Osiris getting very, very low here, 98 HP, but Shadowfax does notice it, pulls this one back. Town center getting very, very low, and we do see the box over here by Shadowfax ready to start targeting down this town center with his catapult as well. And in that moment, Matreiuss decides GG is his best bet, as Shadowfax manages to take a game off the great Matreiuss, even on the off-roll god, off-main god, off-god, whatever you want to call it. Matreiuss still making this one look very, very close here. He tried to, if these towers weren't set up, I feel like Matreiuss definitely could have won this fight. But with the tower set up, it was a little bit too much for Matreiuss to keep that pressure on. So little things to remember here when you're playing against Ra. Definitely consider Forseti. I think Forseti is incredibly important in this matchup. Simply put, getting those Herser out with a potential for Forseti if you need. Early second town centers here are actually really good against Bast. If your opponent goes Bast and you go early second town center with a bunch of Herser, there isn't a whole lot they can do to stop it. And then following all that up, as soon as you get to the heroic age, if your dwarves haven't already moved to a second gold mine, cast your dwarven gold mine in your base, because that removes the necessity of this walking time over here, and it also keeps those dwarves safe for an extra couple of minutes, which can be the difference between having a ton of upgrades and having a ton of dead villagers. So those little things here from Matreiuss could have been really, really helpful. Shadowfax, on the other hand, he played this really nicely. I love the 3 monument Bast play here. Super abusive, super difficult to play against as Thor, especially if you're not a Norse main. Once you become a Norse main, you start running into these strategies quite a bit, and you work out that they're not that crazy good. They are very strong, but they are defendable, and you can have very, very good games here with Norse against Bast, but not in this game, as Shadowfax manages to take it. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.